Hello Doraemons, welcome back to my channel. So I hope the last video was helpful for you guys, and I got a lot of comments like post the videos soon, but I'm trying my best to give the videos on or before the IRA which gets started, so you can have a little practice over the things. And I can see people making progress by learning these things. A big kudos to you people. And like as predicted in my last video, you can see like who have seen the video before the IRA might have sensed like the question would be a little more tough. Why? Because it has a lot of more scenarios to handle other than the easiest question which you can get on an IRA. So I'm going to show you guys how to handle even tough scenarios and how you can tackle your time and then also solve the question on time. So let's get started. So this is the pattern you'll be getting questions on if it is a tough, so like handling two or more scenarios, and it is a little more time consuming, and you'll be using some built-in functions, and some functions are only available, like only allowed in hackerank, and many don't. So minimize the usage of built-in functions if possible and try to do it on your own. And let's get started with the question. So we have the question which is asked on 14th February, which is predicted as tough. We can see like what is given over here. So firstly, they have given the object structure on which we have to create the class object. The customer name, gender, age will be given. Actually, it is a shopping mart problem where they'll give the name, gender, age, and the items they have shopped, and then the discount type for each customer. Like we have to like give a status of representing whether the customer is eligible for discount or not, and discount type representing whether the customer is eligible for normal or female discount, and the total amount is stored, the total amount to initialize. So we have to also store the amount. So let's see what are the other scenarios. So this is one scenario. They'll give only like 4 objects and you have to create 2 more, and we are not going to create 2 more, it's going to be only 1 as of my solution. So if you want to create 2 more, you can do that. And people, please don't complain like your code with mine, because there is no only one correct way to solve a question. So, and I also say in my previous videos, I will not give you guys the exact answer. I will always keep some thing hidden and which you want to find out, and that's how practice works. So if I give something like completely, you will not like explore the other part which is not shown in the video. So I'm like purposefully I'm just removing those parts so that you can go through that and got it. And if you find like any other ways to solve it, you can use that and try commenting down those ways too. If others watch the video, they can also learn from it. So just this is a disclaimer which I'm giving before solving this question, because this is my way, and if you want you can follow my way, and if not, many are unique, you can try with your own ways too. So let's get started. So let me explain the question in simple words. What they have given over here is we have to calculate the total amount, and we have to check whether they're eligible for female discount or normal discount. So that is only I'm going to do in the object declaration part. And when it comes to function, we have to calculate like if the value of the total amount of the customer is greater than or equal to 1000 and less than 2500, then the discount applied would be 15% of the total amount, and if it is greater than 2500, then it will be 25% of the total amount. And for 10%, this point is highly important. Read this carefully. If the value for the total amount is greater than or equal to 500 and the discount type of the customer is F means it's a female customer, for which we have in criteria over here. For all female customer, if the age of for the female customer is greater than or equal to 50, then the total amount is greater than or equal to 500, then only their discount will be changed to F. So this is for people who have the discount type as F. They're eligible for female discount. So this is the most important point which you have to keep in your mind, and it takes a little time to understand. That's completely fine. and after this video I think you can get a better view on how to solve different scenarios. So, and all other things are pretty same as how has been the other ARAs, and we also have a note over here: use seal to display ceiling values of the total amount. So here one advantage which is shown in IRA is you will get the function, built-in function, which you can use in your question or in the exam. So one of these functions which a hackerank allowed here is seal. So we'll be using seal to round off our values after applying the discount. So let's get started. So as you can see here, we have like the object which is 3. So here they will be passing the number of inputs which is going to be passed, and we'll starting with the customer name, then gender and age, and they're buying 2 set of items, which is sauce of rupees 500 and cereals of rupees 60, and this is one set of object. And for the next one we have Adam, customer name, and the gender and the age and the number of items they are purchasing and the item and their price. Brush is 500, stand 600, and wires 30. And like that we have another set of data which is Amy F23, and she bought like 4 set of items: lead, paper, fevicol, and scissor. So here what we are going to do is we are going to calculate the total amount and apply the required discount, and to check whether the person is suitable for female discount or not. On such scenarios we are going to handle it. I hope this is almost clear. So let's get into our basic structure. So if you have been following my videos, you know the basic structure, which is we always create a class of name object, and here we'll create an function def init, and here we are going to put self in the end. And here we know like we are going to get the name, gender, age, and the set of dictionary. So I'm going to put just self.n is equal to n, represents name, and after that I'm going to put self dot their age, which is a. I'm going to just put a, and after that we are going to get their, sorry, the next one is gender actually. So here it is Amy F23. Let's consider this as one of the sets. So it is gender and then age. So self dot g is equal to g represents gender, and make sure you pass these things here too, because it will be passed from the main function, n, g, a, and a dictionary. So here I'm just going to put a self.d, d represents the dictionary, and as I told, here we have to create 2 set of extra like objects, which one will represent the whether they are eligible for discount or not, and another one will represent whether they are eligible for female discount or not. So this eligible for discount or not, that will be given in the function itself. So I'm just going to put an called e and just make everything as false for now. And here itself I'm going to check whether for the female discount. So if g is equals, so I'm just going to compare g dot lower is equal to f, and their age must be greater than 50. So I'm going to put a greater than or equal to 50, and then only their status, which is self dot eligibility, e, will become true, else it will be false. So our object part is ready. Now we are moving on to the main part, which is class main. These also comes under my structure which we usually use. So here I'm going to declare a function def of init, and over here I'm going to pass self, and here we usually pass a list which is elist, and I'm just putting that here. Self dot e, which is again elist, and yeah, here we'll be defining two functions as you already know, which is fun1 of self, and I'm just going to put pass over here to jump onto the main part, fun2, and don't forget the self and just put pass. Yeah, now we'll come into the getting input part. So here what we are going to do is, if name is equal to main, so first off we have to declare a list, and also we need to create a dictionary over here for the set of items. So I'm just ddic is equals, and we are getting, now we have an empty list and an empty dictionary. So now let's get the number of set of inputs which will be passed, and for n, which is going to get 3 over here. So this 3 will be gone into n, and after that we are going to loop for I in range of n. Here we are going to get the name is equal to input, which is of type string, so we are going to get it as input, and after that we are going to get the gender. So for gender I'm just putting gen, and that is also like a character, it also falls under string, and we are going to get age equals, it is an integer, so int of input, and after that we are going to get the dictionary. So one main thing you can remember over here is we want to get the number of the items will be passed inside the dictionary. So we are going to just put n2 is equal to int of input, and instead of declaring the dictionary right over here, what we are going to do is we are going to declare the dictionary after every time after we get the n2. So here I'm going to put ddic and declaring it. Why? Because every time we get like a number of items for each object, it's going to be different. So when you make it empty, it stores completely separate. These saws and cereals will be stored in the place of Tom's dictionary, and these brushes, stand and wires will be stored in Adam's set of dictionary. So that's how it works. So after getting the input and declaring the dictionary inside, so here again we are going to loop for in range of, this time it is n2, and we are going to get the key value and the item. So for key I'm just, even it is a product, so I'm just use k, which will represent key for me, and here I'm just going to get input. After that we are going to get the price. So here for item I'm just going to put item, which is int, which is price, basically represents price, so we'll just make it into price to avoid confusion. And int of input, it is of type integer, and then we have to append it to the dictionary. So ddic of k is equals to price, and after this, after the whole part, after getting all the inputs, we are going to get appended it into the list. So append it to the list, flist dot append. Instead of usually like appending these things, we are going to pass it on to the object, and that's where this class object comes in role. And we are going to just put object of and the name, all these things which we got right now, gender, age, and the dictionary, which is ddic. Yes, so now we have all our set of inputs. So if you want to see the dictionary right here, I'm just going to put it over here for you guys. Let's see whether how it gets printed. Print of ddic, and I'm going to put the inputs over here. Yeah, and also I have passed the input over here, and now let's run and see how it goes. So just I'm going to click on the run button, and in the output you can see, so this is how it gets added. So for Tom, first it adds the sauce and then the cereals, and then you can see it didn't add the brushes right here because we emptied the list right after we completed our append. Like here, before get storing itself, we have like completely cleared the dictionary. So now this is passed to the object function so that it is stored separately, and this is how you will be adding the total amount. And now let's start with our object for the main function. So here we are going to perform all the operations in main function. To create an object, you know, like obj is equal to main of, we are going to pass this f list. So this f list should be passed, so it all has all the values, and when we pass here, it directly goes to the function which is over here, like the class which over here, class main, and we are going to call the function 1 over below this. So object dot fun1, and we're just calling it. I think for this question we'll be using only one function, so this is not required. In case the question is long, you can do with 2 functions. For this place I don't think it's needed, so I'm just going to loop through this self dot for I in self dot elist. So this is how we iterate with the list of objects. So here we are going to put for I in self.elist. Now we have to calculate the total amount. So to store the total amount, we are going to declare like a variable t is equal to 0, and we are going to again go through the dictionary for calculating the total amount. So let's do that. For j in self, so here we'll not be using self because it is stored as a part of object. We'll be using I dot d. So I think printing it here will be useful for you guys. So I'm just going to put j, and let's see what pops out. So now I'm going to run. Yeah, so as you can see over here, sauce, cereals, brushes, stands, wires, lid, like it has print all the objects without the numbers. So let's just quickly fix that, and I'll remove this print part from here. So here we're going to get the total. So t is equals, so plus equals to I dot d of j. So here what will happen means I'm going to print the value of t for you guys. Print t. So this, by this thing, we are just calculating the total amount of each people, like how much they bought. Now I'm just running it, and here you can see 560, 1300 and 2600. This 560 is Tom's expense, and this 130, like 1130 is the expense of Adam, and 2600 is an expense of Amy. So now we are going to apply the discounts which is mentioned over here and check the necessary condition. So let's do that quickly. So here, after calculating the thing, we are going to put like if t is greater than or equal to 2500, then it should get a discount of 25%. So here we are going to just print, and it should be printed in this format right here. Total, the name of the customer with total amount as 560, and their discount status as true or false, whether it is true or false. And yeah, let's do that. So guys, this is the part where I said we need to create 2 extra objects, but I created only one. So I just created only one to show you guys and not to confuse you guys. And here I'm going to create one more, and which is going to be yes to represent status. and by default it's going to be false. And when we apply discount, we are going to change it in this place over here, and you can change it. And I think this is an extra more process of wasting like your compilation time, so I'm just going to remove it. We can type this part in the output itself. So if you wanted, you can add this over here and try doing that, but I'm not going to do that over here. Okay, so if it is greater than 2500, then the discount amount is 25%. So here we are going to put I dot name, it should print the name, so which is I dot name, and after that we are going to type like total amount. Make sure you concentrate on the case sensitivity, and we are going to just put T minus T star 0.25. I think you guys know what is 0.25, which is 25 by 100. And after that we are going to print the discount status. And here it's going to be like, if it got applied, then it should be true. So this is where you will be again changing it. Like in this place you'll put I dot status is equal to like true, and again you'll be printing it over here. So it's a double work, else you can do like this itself. So I'm going to use elif, and we are going to compare like if T is less than 2500 and it is greater than or equal to 1000, then they get a 15% discount. So here I'm going to again put print and copy this exact same line. I'm just copying it and pasting it over here and just changing it into 1.5. That's it. And again we should check for if it is greater than elif and T is greater than or equal to 500, and it should be okay. Here I'll just put it's a mess. Okay, it's less than 1000 and T is greater than or equal to 500, and also there is one more condition needs to be followed. This part which is higher than 500 is only eligible for customers with female discount. So like in the here it is mentioned like equal to 500, and discount type of the customer is YF, so that should be true. And here in this place we are going to like compare, and I dot eligibility is equals true. It should be true. So if it is true, then it should be like, it should apply it is equals to true, and then we are going to copy paste the same line as true. If it doesn't come under any of these cases, if it is not true, then we are going to just print the status as the amount should be same without any discounts, and we should print the discount status as false. So that's what we are going to do here. We are going to just put T over here instead of the discount part, and it should be false. And yeah, that's it. So let's check how it is going to do. And now running it, just ran, and let's see what we got in the output. So yeah, so we almost got very similar to the sample output. And one more thing we have to do is use the seal function and seal all these values. So you know what is a seal? It adds the number to the next one and it rounds off the value. So to use seal function, I'm going to import the math. So about this, I'm going to like import math, and in the total part I'm going to put math.seal. and doing the same for all. math.cl and math.cl. .cl and also here we should put math.cl, so in case if it gives any like a pointed value in the end, we are going to do that. So now I'm running it, and then yes, so we got the output exactly as given in a sample input and output. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and like don't just stick to the question like it should be like this, it should be like this. As far as your programs runs well and it gives the output correctly, it is the correct code, and it's not necessary to do follow all the single instruction giving in the question. It's just out of point actually. So here, instead of defining like 5 or 6 objects and then changing it and then printing it, here you can directly use these options. It is going to reflect same for each of the test cases like this. So use your brain and be more like fast and so that responsive, so that you can like write the code in a quick manner and you can figure out the things, and go for only minute details like this. Like if you see this method should do something like that, and go only through the most important detailing like this, as I showed you for all female customers, like these things. This only parts where we have to concentrate, and other things you can just ignore. And as far as the output is correct, your code is going to run too well. And as far as you concentrate on writing the code, you're going to complete the code quick. And after that, if you have any problems or if you have something missed, then you will have ample amount of time to look at the question and then figure out it. Instead of figuring out everything and writing the things, just start writing the thing. At least you might have completed it halfway, and then after that you will get ideas too quick. So that's my advice, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If this video is helpful, just share max and hit the like button. It would support me and motivate me to put more videos, and you can learn, and I want more of my subscribers to learn from me and to pass the IRA exam, and waiting for those news from you guys. And thank you so much for the support which is given still now, and I love you guys. We'll see you soon in the next. Don't forget to subscribe. And yes, I forgot to like say one of the important announcement. Like most of people have been demanding for the Java questions, and you know what, I have completed working on that, and the Java solutions will be out very soon. Like you may expect it by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, probably before the next IRA. And I'll be again doing the same for Java. I'll be giving you the pattern which you need to follow and how easily you can solve Java. Comparing to Python, Java is a little more easy because Java is a syntax oriented language where you have so much to write, and these are also considered while giving time in the IRA. So Python questions are a little tough. Why? Because it is not syntax oriented and the syntax is very simple, whereas in Java it is different, and so it takes a lot of time to like type everything in Java, and considering that only the problem is given. So it is Java is far more easier than Python. If you love Python, go with that. If you love Java, the video is waiting and you'll be getting it on soon. And hoping to help you guys. And are you excited for the video? Just hit the subscribe and put the bell notification, and I'll be putting one of you guys in a shout out in the next video who have done that. Okay, so I think this is the time to close on, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye, and keep learning and keep rocking, and be more positive, and not to COVID positive, be positive in yourself and love yourself. Bye.